Hi everybody, it's Mark again, and it's been a while since I've worked on this clock, and I apologize. I have a lot of health issues, and so most days I lay in bed. I get up to manage the two different groups. I know it's no excuse, but most days I don't feel like doing anything. But this is the Nisshindo watch company. This is the template that I made for making the suspension spring. If you remember in the last video, I damaged the suspension spring, so I ended up putting another one on. And I want to talk about this Radio Shack beat amplifier real quick. I have another YouTube video out there that has a different connection on it that makes the amplifiers extremely loud. I got an external speaker connected to this. I got a piece of tape on the ball closest to me, so I'm going to go ahead and rotate this ball, and we're probably going to have to wait until my clocks quit chiming in order for you to hear the beat amplifier, but I got way too much. I don't have enough. It clicked there, and it clicked here. So it's clicking about 180 degrees away from each other, which I told you that's what you got to have. Plus a little bit more to, just like when I tell you when I'm working on a cuckoo clock, how you have to spread the crutch assembly apart to give you that initial oomph to go back the other way. It's the same way with these clocks. It has to have a little bit more past the click in order to give it the oomph to go all the way around 180 degrees to get to the next click. And I'll shut up and I'll let you listen to it. Well, I'll shut up, but my clocks won't shut up. Click there. And I don't have my hearing aids in, so I'm having trouble hearing. Click there. And it's clicking about there, which is about, like I said, about 180 degrees apart from each other. And that's what you want. The clock has been running for about 5 minutes. Before I started this video. If it runs for 30 minutes, I'm going to tighten up this screw up here, which is for the top block. I can't think of the name of it. I take, and I've told y'all this in other videos, I've got a lot of back problems. I used to take gabapentin, which really messed up my train of thought. If you go to my first videos that I made compared to my later videos, I'm getting better, but they got me off of gabapentin and I'm on Lyrica, which is basically the same thing as gabapentin. I have a better time talking, but I still have trouble thinking of the words that I want to say. But with that said, I do a lot of YouTube videos, and I also do a lot of live video chats with people, helping them get their clocks fixed. I'm in the process of working with a guy named Mike. He acquired a grandfather clock from his father. He drove from Florida to Tennessee to get it. And I've been helping him. I gave him some advice to get the clock ticking away. He's got it ticking away. Now it's not chiming, so I'm telling him what to do to get it chiming. It's out of time, what I call out of time. The what I call a Pac-Man, because it looks like a Pac-Man, not on his clock. Well, on cuckoo clocks, what I call the Pac-Man. Give me a second, I'll tell you what it is called. Lifting cam with gathering pen. His has rotated, so he's got to take it off. Turn the great wheel until the rack stop lever is hitting the third wheel warning pin, and then put the lifting cam with gathering pen back on properly, and then it'll strike. But anyway, as you can see, the clock is ticking away, and you can hear it ticking away with a beat amplifier. You probably hear it better than I do. But watch my other videos on these beat amplifier. They make a different one that has a different attachment here that even without my hearing aids, I can hear the thing extremely well. So do not purchase this kind from Radio Shack if you have trouble hearing, like I do. Get the other kind in my YouTube video. And it's a lot louder. You don't have to hook up an external speaker like I had to just for this video, so y'all can hear a little bit of what's going on. So, again, if I was going to do this for a living, I would make a template for every clock. And here I got this template made. I can make another wire, suspension spring assembly, bottom block, middle fork, top block, and simple to do with skill saw, piece of wood, and Dremel, and the 400-day clock repair guide. The reason why I like using this template is I can put the bottom block in the slot, put the wire in the slot, and that bottom block is not going to move as I tighten up the screws. I'm not coordinated enough like Torsion Dell to lay the thing on his template that doesn't have all those extra carvings out of it, and using a pair of tweezers to hold the bottom block down, and using his other hand to tighten up the screws. I'm not that coordinated enough to do that, but I'm going to let this clock run for a little bit, and then I'm going to put the dial plate and all the other parts back on. But the Oliver webpage tells you how to put the clock and beat. Basically, it tells you the same thing I'm telling you. The Charles Twilliger 400-day clock repair guide, which I own a copy, that's what I use. It tells you how to put a clock and beat, which basically is telling you the same thing I'm telling you. Most important part is make sure that the pendulum is not touching the cup. And this is the cup right here. This piece right here. Make sure that the pendulum does not touch that cup whatsoever. This particular clock has got this lever on it. After I got it all put back together, I could push that lever from the left to the right, and it's going to raise that cup up in the air. That way, as you move this thing, transporter, from one place to another, that pendulum is not rocking back and forth, damaging that suspension spring. Remember, I told you if that suspension spring has got a kink in it, your clock will not run for the 400 days that it is designed for, or 1,000 days or 100 days, depending on the clock. And so that's why they designed these pendulum lock levers. And anyway, I hope y'all like this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Why? Because it's free. And I am not an expert on these clocks. I've told you that from day one. If you have major questions that I don't cover in my videos, contact Derek or Torsion Dell on his YouTube channel. Watch his YouTubes. Their videos. They are very good, and it tells you a lot more than what I'm telling you. I've gotten to be really good at repairing cuckoo clocks, and people contact me all the time for questions on their cuckoo clocks, but I'm not an expert on torsion clocks, anniversary clocks, whatever you want to call it. I do recommend that you purchase one of these Oliver design tools. You can use your fingers. You can use a pair of needle nose pliers. I recommend that you get one of these tools because, again, you can make fine adjustments out here versus trying to make an adjustment here. When you make an adjustment here, what you think is a fine adjustment is actually a bigger adjustment. But highly recommend. It's a Oliver beat setting tool is what it's called. Anyway, God bless, and I hope y'all enjoy this video.